Hi, my name is Brian. In this video, we are going to go over the visual explanation behind the product rule. Now, the product rule, let me write it down up here, is when you take the derivative of a product, we have f times g, then the derivative is going to be f prime times g plus f times g prime. You can also have these flipped, so you could have f g prime plus f prime g. They are the same thing. So what I want to do is I want to go over why exactly is this the product rule? Why is this the derivative of f times g? Okay, so what I'm looking for is what is dA dx? Because A, as I've written down here, A is the product of f times g. Think of this as the area of a rectangle where you got sides f and g. So if I want to know dA dx, which is technically the derivative of the product f times g, what I'm going to do is I want to first actually find dA. Now, dA is the slight change in the area of this rectangle, which means that we would be increasing this. This would be df. For every little, like a little tiny change in x, we would increase this in this direction, and we would be going in this direction, a change of dg. So what we have is this little extra area that we are adding on. So this, all of this right here, that represents dA. All right, so that's dA. So what is the area of dA? Well, if you kind of break it up like this, then this area right here, this is going to be df times g, right? Because this is g, and then this is df, so the area is df times g. And then the area of this piece, that's going to be dg times f. And then this little area up here, that's going to be df times dg. Okay, so my dA is going to be df times g plus dg times f plus, and then you got df dg. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide all sides by dx. So if I divide this by dx, that by dx, right? Because dx isn't 0, it's a slight change in x, okay, but it's not 0. Then this is the derivative of a, the product. This is the derivative of a, which is, again, the product of f and g. Now, df dx, that stands for the derivative of f times g. Plus this, that's the derivative of g, so that's g prime times f of x. Now the question is what happens to this piece? Now notice that that's f prime. All right, so then this is going to be plus f prime. But the question now is, what about this dg? So we do a little trick here. We multiply top and bottom by dx. So if you multiply top and bottom by dx, then you'll notice that that's g prime. And then you got times dx. Okay, so here is the product rule right here. So what about this? Well, remember that this is a slight change in x. All right, and so when you do this slight change in x, this is essentially 0. So basically what we're saying is that this term doesn't matter. And so what's left is the product rule.